Okay. Who are we calling? We're going to call South Central Division, where Newsnail Patrick had yet another encounter today. We're also going to call Southeast Patrol, and I might call Animal Control and see how Ramos is doing on his new job. Sergeant McClenny, he lied on video. I'm going to call them just for fun. 214-670-8345. I'm going to see if Sergeant McClenny is in or if anybody will ID themselves.
Substation.
Hi, who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Officer Ramos.
Officer Ramos. I wanted to know if Sergeant McClenny was in.
He's in during the day, sir.
Do you happen to know what times of the day?
It'll be 8 a.m. to probably 4 p.m.
Okay. Hey, did you get to see the video that I made of our interactions the other night?
25-0, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What'd you think?
Excuse me?
What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was good. It's just the fact that when I burped, I said excuse me right after I burped instinctively.
Well, that's really kind of cool because
I didn't burp because of the situation. In all truth, I didn't know what had happened, I guess, the day before. I didn't know anything about the video, and I just, when I was actually eating, that's why the burp happened.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I burped. I didn't burp because I was just kind of nonchalantly just call it because of your concerns.
Okay.
Understand?
Well, it was funny because it was just right as I was saying how professional you had acted, and I mean, call me crazy, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you're at least over the age of 25, maybe 30, somewhere around there. That at some point, common decency would lead somebody to maybe not burp into a telephone. But that's just me.
The fact that I'm not sure if you ever drinking carbonated water, right? But carbonated water makes you gassy, and I burped, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm not gonna apologize any further than that." I mean, because I said excuse me for it right thereafter.
Okay.
I apologize if you were offended, because I'm saying you were heated, you were upset because I saw the video and you were already pissed off. I was very much unaware that you even called a bunch of times before that.
Well, I actually let you know that, so I mean, I was pretty clear, but nobody seemed to be listening. So I mean, that's on you. So I mean, yeah, I just yeah, it was just a little frustrating because you guys weren't. It didn't appear as if you guys were following procedure and so forth. So, and it was interesting too because the same journalist that had the problem out at your place had almost the same exact problem today at South Central Division, which wasn't as egregious, but they did ask for his ID. They wouldn't let him in the building and so forth. So yeah, I mean, you guys, it's quite a. You guys got quite a pickle on your hands there. So that's yeah. So I let Internal Affairs know I'll be filing a formal complaint against you and the other First Watch guy. I'm going to be sending them a copy of the video, and there was also another guy, Elijah. There was a bunch of hang-ups with him, and so I mean, but cool. I mean, if that's how you guys want to run your department, you're absolutely entitled to run the department however you'd like.
I don't run the department.
Well, I mean,
Johnny, right? You call you Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, I don't run this department.
Well, I mean, you're manning the phones, and so you're running that portion of the department. So it seems like they're letting you out. They're giving you enough rope to get out and man the phones. So. Yeah, it seemed like a colossal unprofessional, and also Sergeant McClenny also lied where he said that it's illegal to use profanity over telephone lines. I thought that was ridiculous. He said something cited.
That's not true.
No, I know it's not.
You can curse all you want. I have the option to tell you if you do curse, like just right now in this conversation. If you do start F-bombing me or anything like that, I'm just gonna hang up the phone.
Oh, absolutely, and I have.
Just doing it because amicably. And if you burp, maybe you didn't understand when I said excuse me right there instinctively, and I didn't apologize afterwards. When you were like, oh my God, when you were saying all that stuff, I found it funny. I thought you were just laughing at the fact that I burped and making jokes. I didn't know all this stuff beforehand. Just like what I'm saying. I didn't know you got hung up on a whole bunch of times beforehand. I didn't know that you were pissed off.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I was laughing because I thought you were laughing about it. And I was
you
like,
could.
I was drinking carbonated water because I'm weaning myself off of Coca-Cola because I was drinking way too much Coca-Cola, and for like the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been drinking carbonated water, and that stuff makes you belchy. And also when like the officer, whoever officer that was here, and had an interaction with you, the hanging up of the phones and stuff, and I hung up on you twice because
what was it?
You said
Sure. What was his name again? The first guy that was hanging up on him?
I don't know. You're gonna have to get that information when you get your ID.
You don't want to throw. You don't feel like throwing him under the bus.
Records. No, yeah, I can't divulge.
So could I possibly call you a bad cop by not throwing your buddy under the bus at this point, or would that you think that would?
It's not that. It's just basically I gotta respect him, his family, and everyone's privacy on that. I can't just say, okay, yeah, his name is this, his name is that.
And the blue line.
And you're posting this stuff on YouTube, so
yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from, right, Johnny?
Absolutely, I do.
The guy, like, you don't want to tell me your wife's name, so I can know your wife's name.
My wife's name is Mrs. My wife.
I love Los Angeles, by the way.
Yeah. It's my wife's name is Mrs. 50. So I mean, so yeah. I mean, she has no problem. She can speak for herself. I just no. It just seems that this is like just classic. The blue line, and I'm not gonna.
No, Jerry, I understand that within this country there's a very there's a big divide when it comes to law enforcement, but it's also, I think, the divide is bigger than the judicial system and the citizens. You know what I'm saying? I agree that there's a lot of injustice in this world, and it's just the way things are. And I applaud you. You know what? We should be able to say, okay, to know the difference between you could Terry stop someone that's suspicious in front of the station because all the stuff that's going on in the station, but maybe you shouldn't, or you should not be able to. And I'm not the judge to. It's my opinion that you should know that you shouldn't be able to go into their pocket, pull out their ID, and do all this other kind of extra stuff. Now, the officers that work the station should, and their priority and their responsibility is to keep all of us safe because of all the stuff that's been going on in the past. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? If you, the citizens, decide, okay, we're going to audit the Southeast substation, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that way other substations, other officers, other people know what they can and cannot do. You understand? That's power to the people. Every single job I've taken, if I'm not mistaken, every single job I've had to take a sworn oath. And I agree 100% that this is, I guess, is all for the good. But the situation is they encourage people to call and to harass, and the stuff that you were doing seemed like you were just trying to bait. You were trying to bait me. You were trying to bait the other officers that you talk on the phone with, and that's a little bit unprofessional. It's discourteous.
Okay. Can I stop you there? Can I interject quickly? So you said that you were a college-educated guy. So when the police have bait hookers, bait drug dealers, bait cars, bait underage minors in a chat room. No, listen. You just said baiting was totally unprofessional, and I mean.
No, it's just to me. We go through a lot. We have to work a whole lot of hours. We have or time away from families. All this kind of stuff that comes with the job. Okay. But to add it on to people that do care about the judicial system, that do care about the laws that make
who do you think
country,
what you think? Those are the people that are calling.
Those are the people that are calling. But hey,
that's not harassment.
Why don't you call so that felons can get their rights to vote? You know what I'm saying? Which is something that I 100% agree with. Why don't you call your senator or whatever so we can get mandated legalization of marijuana, so we don't have this marijuana thing that two states over here in the country, it's legal over there. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like like it's just you're wasting your time when it comes to officers who learn their lesson. But I mean, it just doesn't. It just doesn't seem to me like it's directed in the right place. With the problems that this country has.
We would simply argue that the problems that this country has starts with the police and the disconnect between police and society, and that the us versus them.
That might be your perception, or maybe where you're from out there in county.
No,
but
listen,
when I'm on the streets, I don't feel any disconnect with the citizens. I feel a lot of love with the citizens, a lot of appreciation what I do on a daily basis. That's my experience. Because your experience is different, and I can't put myself in your shoes or look through the world through your eyes.
So you feel a lot of love at a you feel a lot of love at a gang shooting. You feel a lot of love at a domestic dispute.
Yeah, in this city, yeah. When that I get thanked. People that I harass, they thank me, and they see how respected and how courteous I am with them. I've gotten like several hugs from people, and I felt the love in the city. I've worked in the city because, like I said, I chose to work in the city. I could have done other things, you know what I'm saying? But I chose to work in the city because I felt that this is what God wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, things are imperfect in this job, in this career field, and in this country and as a whole. But this is my country, right or wrong, and I can't change the world. And you guys are doing things and crusading and all that kind of stuff. But I think, why don't you crusade is something that, you could do this stuff, okay, but to the point of the process is the process. Those officers that are going to be investigated, or if you felt that I harassed you or I was disrespectful with you over the phone, that process gets investigated. You know what I'm saying? And there's no reason. I'm not going to, lose sleep or be all upset about you, because, okay, I belched, okay? I said, excuse me, and I apologize, to you, I didn't belch on purpose. Like I explained to you, the carbonated water is what made me belch. I didn't do it because I was ignorant to the stuff that was going on that you were aware of, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But the disconnect is, I guess, you have your own life experiences, and I have mine. But I think there's other problems in this country other than
Have you ever given sworn testimony against another police officer?
That I haven't. In all truth, I haven't, but I would if I had to. There's certain officers on this department that have lost their moral compass, their ability to distinguish right from wrong, and they're out there, But that's in life. There's bad apples everywhere. It's not a perfect society.
Okay. How many officers there have given sworn testimony against another officer? I mean, I'm
not sure if you're aware, but locally, Garland had a I guess it was an Agasol or a couple months back, like almost a year back. I think that they had a Garland officers, saying, yeah, that officer was wrong. He unloaded he's fired I think it was like a magazine and a half or something. It was like, I don't remember exact the details. That's the other one. There was the one in Garland.
So is there any reason that that Avery Red, who has multiple counts of filing false police reports, is still on the force, and he was one of the officers in the video in question? I mean, listen. Listen. I guess the point I'm trying to get at is that this is part of the perception.
There's a perception that there's no accountability. I understand.
Absolutely, and there
has to be accountability because anybody do whatever it is that they want to do.
There's no oversight, but there's no oversight too, though. I mean, there is. Believe me. There's no public oversight. Let me put it that way.
What do you mean?
There's no IA is all internal, and we can't discuss what disciplinary actions were taken.
That's the portion. There should be civilian investigators or retired officers that are or an outside of the Dallas PD system where they're probably civilian oversight seems like like something that I'd want for the city because you do have a lot of that there. It's like, oh, he's one of the good boys, but that's not that is for problems in this city and many other cities, but not to the scale that you might think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying that I mean, listen, I think when somebody's enmeshed in a career path and so forth, sometimes one can easily lose their objectivity as to the perception towards the outward public. And I mean, those were some lieutenants and some sergeants and some, I mean, even in today's video with the same journalist who cited, I'm the guy from the Southeast video from 2 days ago. They didn't care. And there was still sergeants and lieutenants, and there were 4 or 5 guys out there. And, I mean, the Turner versus Driver case, which I think was the Fifth Circuit, I mean, that was in the city of Fort Worth, and that just came down in 2017. I mean, this is all part of the training and the TCOL certification and about the public photography and how we're not a threat. We're really not a threat. And, McClellan was saying that there was some guy lit himself on fire out there in the parking lot, and killed himself when they saw.
He didn't kill himself, though.
Okay, well, when
he didn't light himself on fire.
He did or didn't?
He did light himself on fire.
Okay, when you saw the guy with the citizen journalist with a camera and he didn't have a gallon of gasoline and a book of matches, that probably should have given it away that he probably wasn't there to light himself on fire. But I mean, that's just me. I mean, call me crazy.
No, it's just there have been Johnny. There have been several. I'm calling you about several. I lose count how many times the people been seen. Doing drive-bys at the substations. I think South Central was the last one. We had an attack before the 7/7 attack where they attacked headquarters and other 2 stations. It's a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we have officers assigned to stations of safety security, right? And the situation is, this stuff is like every month or every 2 months or whatever. It's like
did that happen? Did that happen?
Like I said, look, the stopping them, I agree, but this is just my opinion. We're just talking. You know what I'm saying? So you have this disconnect. I'm telling you, I've been a cop since I was 17, and you want to be appeasing. If you would see me on another situation and you and Miss Fido were arguing and fighting, you would have been, at least that officer was good and he was fair and he interviewed both of us and separately, and he did his job correctly. You know what I'm saying? You just I guess have negative opinion because of your negative experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the phone calls that took place didn't go really well, and
they didn't go really well. Look at your ass. You were pissed off. You came as soon as I picked up the phone the first time. You said, "Watch, Commander," and then it was like, "Watch, Commander." Very rudely, very irate, and you know what I'm saying. And that's why I hung up. I answered you the second time and identified myself because I identified myself both times. And and I try to see maybe you change your attitude and we'll address it correctly. And I explained to you that the acting watch commanders or sometimes the watch commanders, they want us to screen the calls to see if it's something that they're calling for that we can deal with. You understand? And those times I've been working the desk for a good 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and they want us to screen the calls to see if it's something I can deal with, so we won't waste their time that they have to be doing.
So how does getting my name? Okay, how does getting my
at that moment when you called, the station sergeant who's the acting watch commander was in the field. I was gonna take your name, write down your number or whatever have you, and you get them to call you back if you needed to. Okay, it doesn't matter to me what's your name. Then why was it a sticking point? Why? It doesn't take me but 2 seconds to transfer you over the call to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do this for any other reason. You had no complaint on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to screen these calls because that's what they told me to do. That's my job. That's why I get paid. So, you know what I'm saying? After about 15 calls, you guys actually finally confessed that there wasn't an acting watch commander. So it seemed like an exercise in futility that there really wasn't even anybody there to take the call if I wanted to. No, when I transferred you, when you talked to the sergeant had came back to her office. You know what I'm saying? When I say, do you want to speak to the acting watch commander after you got hung up by the other officer? You know what I'm saying? I didn't have sergeant's address to me. That's why I was asking for your name, and I was just doing my job. If you call your doctor's office, right? You have to go through an answering process. Also, you get the receptionist, and then you get the call back. Then the doctor will call you back. It's the same thing. The lieutenants and the sergeants are up and doing stuff. They're in the field. They're taking care of other business. You know what I'm saying? I explained to you why. I explained to you why the day I talked to you. But you were all set to try and just bait us and try to get us to get upset. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because I'm Latino and I'm warm-blooded, you did get me to get upset. That's why I called you. I try to be as professional as possible with you, because I take pride in my work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were professional until you weren't. Well, I mean,
exactly. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a cop in no nice, beautiful suburb. You know what I'm saying? I love where I work, Pleasant Grove. Okay, but the thing is, Pleasant Grove is rough. Okay, you have to be able to turn it on and turn it off. The sweetness and the bitterness real quick and real easy, like a switch. So they can know what's what, because it helps save lives. So that way it helps de-escalate a situation when you have a situation under control. And it's just like as it is on the streets, just like it is over the phone. I'm courteous with you, I'm professional with you, to a point. If you call and right off the bat, just start screaming. I thought when you started, watch your man, I thought you were another officer, I thought you were another person. That's why I hung up. I didn't know all the stuff that was going on with the audit and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fellow officer, you call back and then you address me accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So
you would hang up on another officer?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! In a moment, no offense, but yeah, I thought you were somebody else. I thought, you know, it doesn't matter who in the world you are. I'm gonna hang up on you if you're discourteous and you're disrespectful with me. You know what I'm saying? And then you can call back.
Well, here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing about video is that, and that's why you guys wear your body cameras, is that the video doesn't lie. The audio portion of the video doesn't lie. People get to experience it for themselves and get to draw their own conclusions based upon the facts. And, you know, rather than, you know, there's three sides to every story, your side, my side, and then the truth. You know, people get to make their own conclusions, and, you know, IA is going to be able to make it. The citizens that are calling in that are irate over the amount of times that I was hung up at Southeast Division. I mean, you know, I know that your phone's been ringing off the hook because I've been trying to call in all day today, and I was number 7 in the queue for a sergeant, you know. So, I mean, I know you guys are getting hammered with calls. You guys are getting calls from all over the world from people that are upset with how it's been dealt. But here you are again citing that, you know, we should be off, you know, seeking other ways to, you know, pursue our activism, which is.
No, I'm just telling you that I'm on your side to a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that. You know, I mean, regardless of what, but it is. I just, you know, we should know. We should be able to do a better job. I was in the military, and we used to have inspections on ourselves, and we used to, you know, and that was a big thing of just getting ourselves with our job knowledge and doing all that stuff so we could pass the inspection. And you know, and I was joking with my fellow officers that are veterans and said we never, you know, I never failed an inspection. You know, when I was in different many different units during my military career. And we're joking about how, you know, we failed this audit because of the officers on days. But, you know, other than that, you know, but it's true. And you got to see things from different angles, different ways, and different views. You know what I'm saying? And I try and like, as an adult, you know, as a knowledgeable person or someone that tries to get knowledgeable, you try and see things from your way, from your view. You understand? Because I can say, oh, that Johnny Fallow, he just wants to call and get officers back stupid on the telephone and all this kind of stuff. But you got to see why you're doing it, because you have had officers that done stuff that you know, that's just completely incorrect, and they're not held accountable.
Well, if you browse, listen, and
see that they're held accountable.
And if you browse around on my channel, there's plenty of real positive interactions that I've had with police. I'm happy to show everything. So I'm not anti-cop by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just trying to keep you guys not exceeding your mandate. You guys exceed your mandate.
Don't whatchamacallit, you know, all those, whatever else happened other than, you know, to me. Don't blame me for that. I'm not a supervisor. I don't supervise those individuals, and I can't be held accountable for other officers' actions. I want to hold you accountable for whatever Joe Blow comes over here tomorrow or does whatever have you.
You wouldn't turn that script on me if I was at a party and somebody had, you know, so, you know, some blow on them or something like that, and you wouldn't turn it around on me of like, well, you know, you guys all, you know, or, you know, you pulled us over on a traffic stop and, you know, somebody's got some contraband on them, and I could easily, I mean, I see that happen on videos on a nightly basis on YouTube. So, I mean, you know, so if it's, you know, and if it's made it on YouTube, it's got to be happening in, you know, dozens of other instances that aren't on YouTube or on video and so forth. So, but no, I get it. It was an egregious violation. I mean, you guys, there's lawsuits coming against you guys, you know, and I'm still, you know, you know, I called the mayor, I called the governor today. You know, everybody's getting the videos. You know, and it's not just me. There's other people. And Sergeant McClelney said that he contacted me. I don't know what he's talking about. He never got in touch with me. He lied flat out to the gentleman that came into the division and made his video that he published, I think, yesterday. Straight out lied about contacting me, and then he straight out lied also about it being illegal to use profanity. I'm sorry.
And he said that he tried to contact you.
I'll show you my call log. I'll show you my email
and defend him or anything like that. It's just that we have your number for you over here. I'm sure maybe he tried to contact him. It's a different number than what you're calling.
No, I'll show you the call. I'll show you the call log. You know, I mean, there's nothing that took place here. So it's all right. I'm telling you that there was no contact made. There was no return phone calls on this number. I didn't block this call. I don't care. I don't care if you guys call me. Come, you know, it doesn't matter to me. You know, what I'm doing is a First Amendment protected activity, you know, and the use of profanity is a First Amendment. I mean, how many, you know, and James came in and said, I mean, how many times do police say, everybody get the fuck down, get the fuck out of the car, hands up, motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah, that's just
no, but
that's just the adrenaline, but yeah.
Okay.
I was saying for goes both ways. Exactly. You could F-bomb me all you
want. I called you guys a bitch. Like I think
my peace can't be breached, and I just have to take it as part of the job. I've been insulted so many times. I've heard some of the worst things that you could ever hear. You know, in my going on 11 years of working out here at Dallas Police. Goodness gracious, I've heard some bad stuff. And something's not even worth repeating, but that's just the way it is. It doesn't, you know, I understand. Some people do it because they're drunk, they're intoxicated, or whatever have you. And some people do it because they're not in their right mindset. You know what I'm saying? You forgive and forget. You don't blame them, you know, because that could easily be, you know, your relatives that also has a drug problem, you know? And you have to look at it that way. That's what at least I do. When I was a trainer, I used to tell my rookies and trainers, like, hey, these are the people, we're dealing with people when they're at their worst. You know, and you have to understand, you know, that they're either drunk or they're just not mentally, you know, which part you have to look at your family.
I wasn't drunk, but I did drink a whole bottle of cough syrup that morning, so I was in a blackout. But
that cough syrup is dangerous. You gotta watch with that cough syrup.
No, I'm kidding.
You're upset, you're irate. You know, you got hung up about twice by me. Right,
really?
And that's the thing. I'm not gonna take. You know, I didn't hang up on you the third time because I figured you did want to talk to somebody, and then you know I tried to when that person was here, I was going to try and connect you and just to let you know.
Yeah.
I said, okay, look, this is the watch commander because we have a watch commander and then we have the acting watch commander, which is sergeant. And then I'm supposed to screen the call. I can't just transfer the call to my sergeant when I didn't screen it to check if it was something that I could deal with and if I could help you with. You understand? But
yeah.
I'm not making excuses or anything like that. If you want to go and you have your reprieve and you can go down to write your letter because I saw that video. You didn't want to give your address or whatever have you.
Yeah.
You don't got no ill will towards me. Next time I go to LA, I'm not gonna go see you or nothing like that. I'm just gonna go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles like I always do over on Inglewood. Right? As soon as I land in LAX.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's not what this Dallas Police is all about. Now, I could tell you some stories from within the city that you have officers that have continual allegations of excessive force, right? Have shot and killed officers, have multiple allegations, and nothing has happened. You know,
well,
that's here in this city,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And that which is a cancer that should get rid of. But you know what?
Well, but look at
Ramos,
but Avery Red. I mean, this guy took this.
Avery Red is a good officer that made a mistake, and he made a mistake with the best of intentions because.
But wait,
listen,
was that the toy? Was that the toy gun?
And it's a danger to other people. What if that was your nephew, Johnny?
Hold on a minute.
Hey, listen, Johnny, listen to this at least, right? And I'll listen to what you.
How many Red Bulls have you had tonight, bro? Jeez.
Excuse me?
Go ahead. I don't think you've taken a breath in the last 30 minutes, but go ahead. Finish your statement.
Johnny, what if that was your nephew, right, that just got broken up with his girlfriend, decided that he's going to film, right, on Facebook Live, him commit suicide by cop, right? if those officers that were there, because we have 2 officers 24/7 stationed at station security, didn't do anything to save your nephew's life, right, or your son's life, right? They didn't do anything. Well, they didn't stop him. They didn't check him. They didn't see, what his, he was acting irate. He was filming you. They should have, checked him. Just a week ago, someone lit themselves on fire at that substation. If the shoe was on the other foot, you'd be quite upset, and I'd be upset also. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be upset if they went and they didn't check the officer, they didn't check the person that was outside, and then they shot him. Now,
well,
above and beyond what they did, I ain't gonna justify it, and I'm not gonna condemn them for whatever that they did. They did what they did because, that's their decision.
Listen,
I'm not a supervisor.
Listen, Castle Rock versus Gonzalez established that the police they don't need to protect us. I mean, that was a Supreme Court case, and you guys, this whole we're out here to protect you. No, the Supreme Court has already ruled that you don't have to. Castle Rock versus Gonzalez.
We're protecting our fellow officers also.
Okay.
Have officers, I think that was very close to shift change.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Well,
we have officers coming in and out.
So
we've had all these, and John, we have all these other incidents that we've had, like I explained to you.
Avery Red took a toy gun off of a truck driver. He placed it into evidence as a 357 with a serial number. Now, I mean that was one of other instances. So you think you think he had the best of intentions on that instance?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there, and I mean I can't tell you a yay or nay or an opinion on that. So I see
listen, maybe he and McClenley are having early onset dementia or something like that, man. I don't know what it is, but that
Yeah, exactly. They just like, I called him, but that was someone else. I think if I tell you, I had your number here and I called you back, Johnny, to apologize for burping, and then I didn't. You'd be like, goodness gracious, you're a cop. You're supposed to be telling the truth.
Absolutely.
I had a supervisor that I asked permission to leave early. He told me, yeah, you can go. Right here in person, he said you can go. Then he backed up on his story saying that he didn't give me permission. Right.
So you should have been filming him, so you could have reviewed the video.
Oh yeah, I should have had a damn body camera, and I could have reviewed the video and clearly that he was a liar. And how bad would I have felt? Because they got investigated in IED. How bad would I have felt that even if I had video, and if I had audio of him telling me you can go, which I swear to my God, struck me down if he didn't give me permission, right? And he said you can go, and then I just I didn't, and I show internal affairs because he's a sergeant, whatever have you. They they'll take someone else's side. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why would they do that? I mean, because
there's corruption everywhere. There's people that just don't see the truth. Don't see what for me to say, okay, yeah.
I mean,
you can interview 100 officers, and 100 officers will say that you're a D-bag. You know what I'm saying? What the other guy.
I'm a total D-bag. I mean, I don't need confirmation of that. So go ahead. All right.
So I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I agree that I guess things happen for the best, but it's kind of the point where things happen so officers can do just a better job and all that kind of stuff and curtail incorrect behavior. But it's just the way things are in this life. There's good and there's bad everywhere.
Well, then you just alluded to the fact that that IAB is not necessarily trustworthy. I mean that they can take.
I don't trust them at all.
Yeah.
I don't trust them at all. I don't trust most supervisors at all now because of my experience.
Okay. But you're telling us that we should. Just think about that for a minute.
You should trust me. I tell you that much. You should trust me.
No, but just listen to that logic, though, man. You just said there's sergeants I don't trust. I don't trust IAB, but you should trust me. I mean, come on.
You should trust. Yeah, I understand that you're not in the part, but you should trust me. Look at our experience. Look at the last time you called. Right. I try to be professional as much as possible until you became completely irate and started basically insulting me. Right, and I'm over here apologizing for indulging. You didn't hear me say excuse me. You played the video. I'm sure you watched the video more than once.
It's plausible deniability. I mean,
excuse me.
It's plausible deniability. I mean, that's sort of like listen. I worked in the restaurant business where you walk up to somebody and you say, "Thank you, ma'am. Have a great night." ma'am, and you know, it's sort of like FUing without FUing, and you know, by saying, oh, excuse me. I mean, like, who wouldn't say excuse me? You're covering your ass. You're on the clock. You know, so. Haha.
Yeah, because you call
Ding, ding, ding.
Like me belching in your face, like if we're in person to person.
Yeah.
And I didn't say excuse me after I burped.
You can.
Like you failed to mention the fact that you were you f-bombed the officer that hung up on you. You understand?
Well, I didn't think I needed to know to tell you that. I mean, you know, like let's.
But that's the thing. You want an investigation made on her. Actually, the whole story has to get told. Like you said, it's your side,
great,
our side, and then the truth.
And the video doesn't lie. So.
Exactly. You see in the video that you're f-bombing him and you're assaulting him, and then he's telling you, why don't you come to the station and talk to me like that?
Yeah. I mean, so. But if you review the video, maybe we saw a different video. I said, watch Commander, please. So, and then he's like,
he hung up on you because there was no watch Commander for him to suppose put you in with. You understand?
So if I called your house and said,
you're f-bombing me now, Johnny, like I told you before, I'm gonna hang up on you. You know what I'm saying? You want to bridge this gap between officers so you can talk. I mean. Unless you just want me to get upset with you.
No. But so if I called up to your house and I was a friend of your wife's and I said, hey, is your wife in? Would you just, because she's not, would you just hang up on me? Like think about that one. You know what I mean? Like if I was.
No, that's not what you were hung up on.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we saw a different video, but the one that I saw was things went down a little bit differently, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. And you guys, you know, I'm sure you guys have a recording of it all too. So to confirm, you know, or you know, deny any of the allegations in the said IAB complaint. So, listen, I appreciate your time. You know, and I appreciate your apologizing for your behavior. Yeah, just yeah, and let tell them that they need to bring Sergeant McClellan. They need a psych eval on him ASAP because.
You got the only one that needs a psych eval.
Yeah, no, I mean he's home licking windows right now. So I mean he's not of his right mind. So. Yeah, they might need to take some action on that. So, but yeah, so I appreciate talking with you, and yeah, and have a great rest of your night. Okay.
All right, sir.
Okay, man. All right. All right. There was where are we? How are we doing on time? I kept having to check the time. I only have 10 minutes talk time on the phone. Because it's high definition. Yeah, that was good. He was backpedaling like a mother. Like that was. I don't blame him for backpedaling as hard. I don't think that guy took a breath in the last 30 minutes there. So, Officer Ramos, that was his 30-minute rebuttal. You're welcome.